I don't think there's a prime time adequate enough for this.
Hey, what's up my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Toys Alliance Transformers Mega Action Series, Optimus Prime. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. I need to move him off to the side, because this box is very large, and as you can see, very nice piece of artwork here of Optimus Prime, done by IDW artist Andrew Griffith. Mega Action Optimus Prime Transformers. On this side of the box, you just have a nice big picture there of Optimus. On the other side of the box, you just have a big Autobot symbol. On the top of the box, you have an Autobot symbol. On the bottom of the box, you just have Mega Action Optimus Prime. On the back of the box, you have some obligatory product shots. He does this, that, and the other. He's 18 inches tall, or 48 centimeters. And if you remove the slipcover here, it is packed, which is pretty cool. I dug this. It's actually packed like a big mainline toy, which is pretty cool. So just your kind of, generations packaging that we've been getting with all the mainline stuff, and yeah, I dig it. So again, Autobot symbol on the side, picture of Prime on the side, on the back, Optimus Prime, and you do have some bio there if you want to read it. If you can read it, I don't know. Let's see. I'll scroll up slowly for you. There you go. Read on your own time. And that's basically it for the packaging. And moving right along here, we have the Mega Action Optimus Prime. A very, very cool figure. Since I've started messing with the 3A stuff, I have been looking more into stuff like this, and I am quite enjoying it. And this is a very cool figure, not without its issues, but it's still overall a very nicely done figure. As you can see, it's G1 Optimus Prime in all of his glory. Very chunky, very blocky, just very beefed up. He's been eating his Wheaties, but let's get in close here, so we can take a look, not at his chest, but at his noggin. There's the noggin. Very nice head sculpt here on this figure. Lots of nice silver paint for the head crest, for the mouth, for the face. Some silver there on the side. And overall, nicely done. Even his neck has some details there that are molded in and painted in silver and gold with some gunmetal gray in there. Even the top of his chest here has some black lining, some silver details there picked out, some details there molded in. Lots of detail going on here. The Autobot symbol is actually molded and raised there, painted very nicely. There's tons of detail. You can see detail in there. Whole lot of details going on in this figure. Some nice gold paint there on the forearms, along with the silver and the gold. And you can see his abdomen there. Again, some little details there picked out in paint. Got the nice transparent yellow there for the crotch plates. Lots of silver on this guy. Looks very nice. Lots of detail here on the inner part of the leg, which is also nicely painted, as well as his big old feet. A little detail going on there. Even the bottoms of his feet have some detail. And on the sides here, again, some more lovely detail. He does have the wheels, which do roll. I don't know if they're rubber. I don't think they're rubber, but they might be just a soft plastic. But still, you get some rolling action there. And going up the back, again, lots of nice detail going on here. Some nice detail back here, back of the arms. Just some little spots here of silver and gold. But yeah, very, very cool overall. So let's talk about articulation. Now, articulation-wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you get some wiggly, waggly, wiggly, waggly. He can look up a good bit. He can look down. Can do a full 360. Again, you have that wiggle, waggle. Arms can do a full 360 on a nice ratchet. The shoulder itself can pull outward, so the arm can move out all the way on a nice ratchet. Right there. You can just push that back in. The shoulders can also move forward and back. You do have rotation at the bicep. You do have a double jointed elbow. So you have nice full range of movement there. Coming down to the wrist, the base of the wrist is on a ball joint. So you can wiggle that around, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Coming down to the hands here, the hands are fully articulated. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base, as well as a hinge there and a hinge there. And each of the fingers is on a ball joint at the base, as well as a hinge there, there, and there. So you get a lot of nice articulation there in the hands, and they can actually make a really nice looking fist. I appreciate articulated hands that can make a good looking fist. I don't know why, but I appreciate it. Now, he does have an ab crunch. You can go down, you can go up. Of course, if you go up, it kind of opens up this gap here, but it can go both ways. He does have waist rotation, which is a little too loose, because you can just... I didn't want to do that, but you can kind of spin them around at the waist a little too easy. That joint, I think, needed to be a little more snug, and that's kind of my main complaint about this figure, is that the joints are a little too loose in places. But all these hip skirts can move out of the way to accommodate the leg movement. Legs can move forward that far, and a piece fell off, and that's another thing that bugs me. Legs can move forward that far, and the ratchets in the hips are not strong enough to hold the legs up. And that kind of, that bugs me. Outward movement, he can almost do the full splits. You do have rotation here at the thigh. Get him situated here. Knees are on a nice ratchet. You got a nice full range of movements there. And the feet can move up and down on a nice ratchet. And you also get ankle tiltage as well. And there is this piece that always falls out of this guy. This piece right here always pops off of his hip. And that bugs me. I'm about to glue this thing in place, because it keeps popping out. And if you want to keep popping out, I'm going to make it so you don't pop out no more. But anyway, so there you have all of the articulation. Now he does have some light up features as well. If we come back up to his head here, the battery compartment is right back here. You just undo it with a screw. It takes 3 LR626 batteries, which are not included. You will have to get those yourself. But you push this big button right here on the back of his head, and his eyes glow a nice bright blue, which looks very nice. So you got that going on right there. Let me turn that off for now. And you can open up his chest. Open up these panels right here. Open this up, and there is a matrix of leadership in his chest, and you can pull it out, but it's really, it's in there good. I usually need a little tool here to pop it out of his chest. Come here. Come here, Matrix. Come here, Matrix. Thank you, Matrix. Thank you. But here you have the matrix of leadership, done in gold and silver with the nice transparent blue there in the center, and this does light up as well. Battery compartment's right back here. This also takes 3 LR626 batteries, and there's a little button right here, and when you push it, the matrix glows a nice bright blue as well. So you have that just sitting there in his chest, lighting our darkest hour, or you can have him holding it if you want to. He can actually, I mean, you can get like, 2 fingers in there. Have him holding the matrix like that if you want to, or just have him holding it in his hand. Totally up to you what you want to do there. But he does have a nice light up matrix right there. So we'll just pop this back into his chest. Get in there. Get in there. It's hard to kind of get it stuck. There we go. Pops right in there. Close that up. Close up his chest. There you go. And you see, just to show this off, a little detail in there. Also some spots there picked out in gold. Yeah. Let's close up his chest. And there you have that. And the last thing there is to talk about, why are you looking at me all weird, Prime? Straighten your head out. Don't look at me like that. Hey. Anyway, the last thing to talk about is his rifle, which is done in black with some silver there, and some bits of gold. It is It's a hollow piece. It has like no weight to it whatsoever, but still looks quite nice. And he can hold that in his hand, and it is the usual tab in the slot in the palm method. And you just get that lined up like so. And he does hold that pretty securely. The one downside is, again, me wishing that some of these joints were a bit tighter than they are, because that wrist being on that ball joint at the base, you can see it, his hand just kind of droops down a bit. So yeah, that ball joint there needed to be tighter. I don't know, maybe I could pop that out and just fix that with some floor polish. But yeah, that needed to be a bit more snug, so his hand just doesn't droop like that. But oh well, it is what it is. But there he is with his gun. So now let's just move. Oh, you know what? I forgot to. I didn't put his butt flat back down. Sorry about that. It's all exposed. I feel a draft. Sorry about that. Sorry. Well, let's put him back here. So we can do some comparisons just so you can get a sense of how big this figure is. Here he is with MP10, and you can see he just towers. Towers above MP10 there. Very, very large figure. And here he is with 3A's Dark of the Moon Optimus Prime. Just so you can see how they look side by side. And the 3A Prime is a little bit taller. A little bit, a smidge taller. So, there you go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. He's a really, really nice figure. Try to get him on frame here. But yeah, overall, a really nice figure. I do quite dig it. My only real complaint about the figure is I wish some of the joints were a bit tighter than they are. Those ball joints at the base of the wrist definitely needed to be a bit more snug to be able to hold the gun up straight, but that can be fixed with floor polish. Those ratchets in the hips definitely needed to be a bit tighter because they don't support the weight of the legs at all. And that's my only real complaint with the figure, just some of those joints needed to be snugged up a bit. There is no diecast in this figure, but it still has some heft to it. I mean, it's no lightweight by any means. And overall, I really dig this figure. I think it looks amazing. I think it just looks gorgeous, in my opinion. And just like with the 3A stuff, I know there are people who don't like Transformers that don't transform, and that's fine. You like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. That's how opinions work. You're not wrong. But me personally, I love it. I'm really digging this figure. They are putting out a Megatron that looks amazing, and I do have that on pre-order, so I will be reviewing that once I have it in hand. That looks really good too. So yeah, there you go. So if you would like this or any of Toy Alliance's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so check that out. You can also check out my Generations playlist for any reviews you may have missed, also linked in the description down below, so check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGames, check out LoriPlan, follow me on Twitter, all that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Toys Alliance Transformers Mega Action Series Optimus Prime, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, bomb in your face! Optimus, we need... Whoa! What happened to you?
I don't know. I just woke up like this. My quarters are trashed, man.
What are we gonna do about this?
No, don't worry about it. Listen, now that I'm this big, I can pretty much do whatever I want, so you know what? I don't need this Matrix anymore. I know you've been wanting it, so you know what? You can have it.
Oh, my Primus, really? Really, you mean it?
Yeah, sure. Here, catch.
Ah! I'm honored, sir. And concussed.
Oh, you'll be fine.